To Boxing Media Hub. You are here with Joel and Ender. We're here for another live prediction once again. Before we go any further, hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. Give us a little thumbs up if you want. Thank you, Ender. Joe Cordina versus Edward Vazquez. It's obviously for the IBF World Super Featherweight title, which is Cordina's. Cordina, 16 fights, 16 wins, 9 knockouts. Vazquez, 17 fights, 15 wins, 3 stoppages with 1 no contest. And this one's going to be in Monte Carlo. So beautiful place to have it. 4th of November on the zone. Cordina last out in April. Rakimov. And that was a win on split decision.
Yeah.
And then Vazquez was out July. Brian de Gracia, which was a win, unanimous decision. So, yeah, Cordina's obviously coming into this, the unbeaten man. Performances. Cordina's always been quite a steady guy, I would say, wouldn't you, Ender? He's always been that quite consistent operator.
He has, and he has found some. He's found some firepower of late. Yeah. So, it'll be. It's interesting insofar as it is, but I mean, it's strange enough why Eddie Hearn's bringing him to Monte Carlo and facing this kind of caliber of opponent. He's 9th in the IBF rankings, so there's a bit of a gulf there. I don't know Eddie's reasons for doing this, but he obviously has them. Maybe he's entertaining in Monte Carlo.
Just keeping him out.
I don't know, but I mean, I imagine he'd like him. He did say he wanted him to fight the winner of Wood Warrington after that, which is Lee Wood. And Lee Wood has obviously now vacated his featherweight belt. He's gone up to super featherweight. So that looks like a fight maybe that could be made next. Who knows? Yeah. But this fight, I can't see past a comfortable Cordina victory. He should look to stop him and get him out of there. And I imagine he will do that in the mid-rounds. So I'm going for a Cordina mid-round stoppage.
Yeah, we've got Chris. Evening, lads. Hope you're well. Back to proper boxing this past weekend. 100%, mate. It was
Absolutely.
Good. Very good. It is one of those, isn't it? Almost, because obviously before the Wood Warrington the other day, because people weren't sure what way it was going to go, to be fair. There was a bit of a split, wasn't there, in the build-up to that? And so, rightly so. But people have totally written this guy off and saying, well, who's Cordina going to fight next? Which is always a dangerous one, isn't it? It's dangerous. But are we just kind of overlooking him because of the caliber? Or
No. And how I'm drawing similarities, except it's not quite similar, is the Cater Linares fight last night. Everyone knew Linares was great 10 years ago. And it was just a pedestrian performance from Catterall. He won all the rounds comfortably enough, but it wasn't an enjoyable fight. And people were saying, "Oh, you can't write him off because he was a former champ." It was like, yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, Chris. It's what Eddie Hearn does with his fighters. He keeps them active, but against opponents, his fighters can beat that are around the top 15.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's what he does with his heavyweight superstar. So I can imagine similar for Cordina, but obviously Cordina doesn't quite generate the same income for Eddie.
Surely, though, if you've got a guy like Cordina, Ender, like you and the potential fights out there. Right, the other potential fights out there, and there's a lot out there, isn't there, in that division at the moment, and other people coming up as well.
Yeah.
Do you put him in a fight like this, where it's more of a certain well done job, or do you put him in that test knowing that the next test is going to be even tougher? Do you see what I mean?
I
Do
do,
you
I do,
build
but
the
I mean,
fighter as opposed to
I
give
do,
him
but
another win on the record?
if you ask me, will I watch this fight? The answer is probably not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I've no desire to watch it, and if we don't, I can't see too many, apart from the Cordina hardcore fans who will watch this fight.
yeah,
Uh, so Eddie can take it whatever way he wants it, but obviously, if he lines up Wood next, it will be a huge British showdown, and it'll be very interesting.
yeah,
But we will see. We will see. So,
yeah.
what's your prediction, Joel?
God, Chris keeps interrupting. Not a great fight. Vazquez has upset a lot of prospects and got robbed against Ray Ford, but he hasn't beaten anyone. This was what me and Ender was
Mm,
having a chat about earlier. Anyone noteworthy at 130 or been in a fight scheduled for 12?
exactly.
Yes, that's a biggie. So yeah, we'll see. Chris jumps in again. Come on, Chris, give me a chance. Cordina will comfortably by unanimous decision. Don't be shocked if he wins 10 rounds at less. He will outbox Edward easily. So yeah, there's Ender, there's Chris.
Where's Joel's?
Yeah, and I think, like you say, I think Cordina is the more polished guy. He is the champion. Yes, he is looking ahead, but I don't think he's silly enough to look beyond. He knows what possibilities are there,
Mm,
but he'll train for this guy and do this well. And for me, if you are going to get a stoppage, I think it comes late. I think he'll box and do the right things. And that's what he's got to do, isn't he?
yeah.
Vazquez is no knockout artist either, so it's not like he's got to go down that road. Cordina's got the stoppages more than him, so I think that's what we're going to see. Late
Hmm.
stoppage, possibly points, but I reckon, yeah, as you say, that 9, possibly 9 stoppage. Chris has gone, Cordina on points. So yeah,
Mm,
let us know in the comments. Give us your predictions for the fight. Give us your predictions for what you think Cordina will do next after this fight as well.
hmm.
Let us know. Hit the subscribe button as well. It's an interesting time for this division, and Cordina's in the mix for some big fights coming up. Yeah, this is a fight he shouldn't overlook, but at the same time, it's one of those where he gets the job done, he moves on to the next one, and then we start to see Cordina at his best, shall we say. So,
Hmm.
yeah, Ender, thank you very much. Chris, thank you very much in the comments. Chuck us a comment. Let us know what's going to go down, and we'll see you all soon. Ender, have some of this.
Take
Oh, wait
care.
a minute. What's he said now? Joe versus Foster or Hernandez?
Mm,
Oh, now that's one that Ender would watch. I tell you now, because
absolutely, absolutely,
that's
100%.
two guys we were chatting about the other day.
Mm,
Big possibilities that we were talking about for Wood. So yeah,
mm.
let's see what happens. But until then, thanks,
Have
Chris. I'm
it.
going to go now. Have some of this.